Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your monthly reading for November 2023. This is for Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional occult cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Sagittarius. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So Sagittarius, first things first, happy birthday. We are moving into Sagittarius season. So I want you to get very excited. This is a pivotal month, okay? It's a pivotal month, but it's a month where I want you to just congratulate yourself. I want you to just pat yourselves on the back right now. We just came out of not only like the lunar shifts, but like a very heavy retrograde season. I mean, like, there was a point where pretty much all planets were retrograde, all right? And then the eclipses. So you made it. You made it to November. Take a bow. It really is, I've been making the analogy. It's like the ending of the Truman Show. When Jim Carrey makes it to that door and he opens that door and the whole world cheers him on, right? So he's moving into this next phase in his life, this next chapter in his life. And one of the reasons why I am bringing this up as an analogy is because if you're a subscriber, you may notice that I rarely talk about Neptune. Neptune is so active this month. Neptune is all about imagination. It's all about creativity. It's all about right? It's dreams, your dreams. And so, I want you to imagine what's next for you. There's a lot of new things happening for y'all, Sagittarius. There's a lot of new things happening for y'all, especially the fact that we have these eclipses right before your birthday season. Keep that in mind. This is huge. This is huge. Secondly, in that movie, it's our job to imagine what happens for him when he walks through that door, right? So imagination will be like a really big thing this month. It really is, but it's really imagining what's next for you. What's next for you, okay? And it's gonna be I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a pretty deep month for you. It's gonna be a deep month for you, especially the first 2 weeks of this month. We're still kind of like under the shadow of the eclipses, and there's a lot that's happening. But at the same time, it's your birthday season, okay? We're moving into your birthday season, and what happens during birthday season, Sagittarius? You tell me. I want you to tell me. Okay, I'll tell you. When anyone goes through their birthday season, they ask the big questions. They ask themselves, what have I accomplished? What do I want next? I'm turning another age. Is it too late to do this? Do I want to do this? Am I on the right path? So it's a big month for you. Out of all the signs, it is a really deep month for you, Sagittarius. So I want you to keep that in mind. The first few weeks, again, there's going to be a lot of you having big questions, a lot of you possibly facing some fears that you may have had and letting them go and really, being like a knight right now, or a warrior going after those monsters and chasing away some fears. But we're gonna go into your season, so there's gonna be a huge shift into you and your identity and who you are and what you want and what's going to bring you joy and get you closer on to the things that you want on your path to enlightenment, and also maybe even like physical. But this is your first house we're talking about, so the sun is going to be in your sign, so it is like you may have some attention to your physical body too in some aspect. But just keep in mind, November is it's an interesting month because there's not as many aspects as we've had recently, but these aspects that we have in November pack a huge punch. They're big. And like I said, Neptune is very active. The other thing that's happening, Saturn's going direct. Saturn is going majorly direct. And so that's a lot of responsibilities that's coming up. I feel like I have a good feeling that a lot of y'all are going to like really take them on. Home is going to be a big matter for you. A lot of responsibilities at home, within family, with children, with parents, with your partner. You'll see that pick up now that Saturn is starting to move direct. The other thing is that Venus is moving into Libra. So Venus is leaving Virgo. It's almost like Venus in Libra is its domicile. So Venus is so much better in Libra than it is in Virgo. And it's at home. And so there's going to be a lot of like matters of the heart. And it's just like that feel good energy. It feels good to feel good. And this is all in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. And you're going to have so much fun, okay? Because the 11th house is also your social network and groups you belong to and organization. So your community, like it's such a nice placement for you. So let's see what's going on. All right. Let's see what's going on for you, Sagittarius, for November 2023. If you are new to my channel, after I do your spread, stick around because I break it down week by week. I pull a lot more cards. All right. Secondly, I am doing your reading at night. It's just been a really long day, so you'll notice that you can see a lot more of me. I have this ring light and everything, but normally I have the natural light going on. All right. So anyway, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and let's see what's going on for you. If you want to read for your moon and your Venus, if you know your birth chart, I would highly recommend it because the new moon that we have this month in Scorpio is very unique, okay? And also we have a full moon in Gemini that is very unique. And that is you're going to have some activity around partnerships, and that could be work, that could be career, or it could be love. So let's see what's going on. All right, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, like I said earlier, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I'm also going to pull some clarifiers because we are entering your birthday season. What else was I going to say about Sagittarius? I don't remember what else I was going to say. Even still, November is going to be a very different month from October. And I am going to point out the good days and the bad days. And like I said, there are some really, really outstanding days this month. Really good ones. And then there are some challenging days that are some of the most challenging that we have experienced all year. So we'll talk about that later. But it looks like you're good. It looks like you are good. A lot of y'all have, you've been waiting for this month. You have been waiting for this month. Everything I love this. I love this. Let's get started. You did get the 4 of Wands. Okay. So I love this for you. This is absolutely amazing. This came up in your past, 4 of Wands. What's really great about this is, a couple things that are coming up. Some of y'all could have gotten married. Some of y'all recently. Some of y'all could have gotten married. Some of y'all, it's a biggest message coming up. There could have been some like union. Or taking your relationship to the next level. Even like a job, like getting like a new job. There's just like some newness. I'm not surprised coming out of those eclipses, right? So that's a big thing. But the love thing is coming up the most. The love thing is coming up the most. Now, here, this card is all about like celebration, right? It's all about like joy. It's milestones. It's like hitting those milestones, like having a kid or getting married or getting a new job or whatnot. But a lot to celebrate here. So there could have been something that was really nice for you, something that was really great. Now, this card is ruled, or it's attributed to Sun in Aries, okay? And Sun is exalted in Aries. And so that is your 5th house. And so this is, like love is coming up here, and romance, but it's also creativity, self-expression, procreation. So there, a lot of y'all could have had babies or found out you were pregnant, but even still, this is still just like your passions. And I really love this. I want to show you, like, I love that, the wands, you can see that they're split up at 11. This is such a great card. So I love how we're kicking off November for you. And now you have the 9 of Wands in the heart of your spread. Now, keep in mind, this is not a weekly reading. This is a monthly reading. So this is all about resilience. Okay. At the end of the day, like if you are a subscriber, you know that, I often say, think about fifth grade math class when your math teacher had that poster of the cat hanging from the tree. This is that poster. All right. So it's like that. Don't give up. Hang in there. Right. So it's almost like you've been enduring this month. You will like endure some things that maybe like you're just hanging on. You're just hanging on. But you're succeeding. You're succeeding. And, you may be like looking over your shoulder here and there. You even see like he's got gauze on his head. Like, he's been through it. I mean, he's gone through that battle, but he is standing up for himself, and he is still standing too. And he's standing in front of his wands, protecting them, saying, "No, mama, you are not taking away my wands, my passions, everything that I've worked hard for." So I really love this energy for you. There is going to be a sense of like, there could be a little bit of like exhaustion, f- uh, but it's almost like it's like worth it is a message. Like it's worth it. Like you've waited for this moment. Did I say that earlier? That was a message that was coming through. Like you really waited for this moment for November. Now you did get the High Priestess in your challenge area. So really, please, 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 please let your intuition guide you this month, okay? It really is definitely pay attention to the new moon and the full moon. The high priestess is, very much associated with the moon. You can even see, the sliver of the moon at her feet, and even, her headdress representing the phases of the moon. Okay, so really go within, really have that moment to like go within, really be in touch with your spiritual side, really go beyond the physical realm at this point. It's kind of like you have all this wisdom and knowledge inside you. All right, so you just go within this month and don't be afraid to, it's almost like there could be something like some of y'all may be working a lot, or really just being in some like the zone, right, where there could be like a disconnect where you're not tapped in spiritually, and spirituality, what does that even mean, right? So it means something for everyone else, but at the end of the day, just trusting your intuition, just really developing your intuition as well, and really trusting your inner voice and listening to it, and being in touch with your higher self. So make sure you do that, because the high priestess did come up in your challenge area. And again, really do pay attention to the new moon and full moon this month. Now, you did get the 2 of Wands in your crown. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. It's almost like there is like this sense of you again, just in November, a lot of like what's next energy, like the Truman Show, like what happens for him after he walks through that door, like what is next. So get in planning mode. Seems like a lot of y'all will be in planning mode. You can even see here he has the world in his hands. I really like that for you. It really is. Again, wands are your passions. Creativity is a big thing this month, again, remember, with Neptune, but also wands are very work related. Now keep in mind, remember what I said about the 4 of Wands. Well, the 2 of Wands is also an Aries card. This is Mars in Aries. So it really is interesting what's going on here with all these Aries cards that's coming up, because remember, the North Node moved into Aries for you. Well, for everybody, but for you particularly, that is your 5th house. So a lot of attention with love and romance as well. All right. In addition to creativity, in addition to like self-expression, and procreation, and even recreation too, right? Pickleball is the rage. Maybe you're planning that. Maybe, that's something that you may be actually, I'm not actually looking at your spread, and maybe something that you are thinking about, like just being a little bit more like active in sports and whatnot. And anyway, well, because, Jupiter is in Taurus, so that is your 6th house. And of recreation anyway. But yeah, that is a big thing. You did get the 4 of Cups in the root of your spread. So this is it. This is the big message. All right. This is the big message. Like, there is that. I've been waiting for this. And as you wait for some big things to happen in your life, like, things to start rolling, like planning things like for a new job or new career or a passion project you want to launch or romance, love related matters or whatnot. Have that gratitude as you wait. Like, don't be like, you can see in this photo or in the card, his arms crossed, really like just not satisfied. I mean, that is the hand of spirit offering him another cup. He has 3 cups already. And you see his arms crossed, crossing off his heart. So, there is a little bit of just like, with this card, boredom is associated with this card, but lack of gratitude is associated with it. But it's also like, even sometimes like fear of rejection comes up. I'm not getting that strong in your spread. It's just more like you've been waiting for something big to happen. And it is coming because you got the Ace of Pentacles in your future. So you've worked really hard to get to this point, and Ace is all about new beginnings, new opportunities. Clearly this is the biggest pentacle in the deck: money and wealth. So a lot of y'all are possibly moving into like new jobs. There's maybe even like doing like a side business or a side hustle. There could be something attached with that. Pluto has gone direct, so you're going to feel a lot of that. Pluto is in Capricorn in your 2nd house of salary and income, but even still, you see the golden pathway here. You see that archway. Come on. You've got this, it's a gateway, all right, to this new thing that's happening in your life, which again is something that you've been wanting and waiting for. And oh my God, I'm like holding back tears and clarified. You got the Ace of Cups. So everything that you've put like your heart and soul and blood, sweat, tears, everything into, like, it's coming to fruition like in a big way. I mean, you just got an Ace clarified with an Ace, like, and the Ace of Cups, like the holy grail, the heart of tarot. We call it the heart of tarot. This is the card. Remember, Ace is bringing in that new change, new opportunities, new beginnings. Well, we're doubling down here. All right, you got 2 aces in your future. Now you have the Ace of Cups, which is all about feelings and emotion. You even see like the 5 streams spilling out from the cup, like your 5 senses over. Like, you're good. You're really good. You're really good here. You're Sagittarius. You're good. There's something, and I say it all the time. Think about the last time something brought you so much joy. Okay, it brought you to tears, like having a new baby, or a baby, right? Because they are like having a baby, or getting married, or landing your dream job, or even like personal, achievements in terms of your spiritual journey. Like, just, there's so much happening here. And this is, again, remember, this is in the future placement of your spread: Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. Like I said, looking down your cross, you've been waiting for this moment, and it's coming. You're good, Sagittarius. You're good. You almost made me cry. Who are you? Don't do that. No, you can. Sagittarius, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I really want to know what's going on for you now. I love this for you. And remember, this is not a weekly read. This is a monthly reading. Okay. So I really love this for you as we enter your birthday season. And if you're a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. You know, I love you. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you. So I really do appreciate it. And I am really grateful. So Sagittarius, this is very interesting. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, there is going to be, oh man, you were so driven this month. Uh, very, 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 very driven. Listen, you got the Six of Swords, okay? And so this, it's almost like you can just sigh in relief, okay? Please have that moment. This is all about moving forward. This is all about moving forward. This is a big month of communication, by the way. And so I want you to be able to communicate the things that you need, the things that you want. You may be having a lot of conversations. This Mercury's very active, super active this month. In fact, I haven't even talked about the fact that Mercury is moving into your sign this month. I haven't talked about the fact that Mars is moving into your sign this month. Like we're going to talk all about this later when I break it down. But this card is ruled by Mercury. Okay. It's actually Mercury in Aquarius, which makes a lot of sense because that is your third house of communication. Okay. So Mercury, the planet of communication, the messenger or whatnot, like it really is like, pay attention to this. Like, it's like you really, really, communication will be important for you this month. And I do want you to communicate, but there is a sense of like, now it's like, remember, just sigh and relief. Things are working out for you. It looks like you have been like resilient and you've been holding in there and planning things and really just waiting and it's coming. All these wonderful moments were coming, but this is moving forward. Okay, this is all about moving forward in this direction that's leaving any obstacles or challenges behind. Now you did get the Three of Swords in your external factors area, so what's coming up for me is that that's actually what's fueling you. You know, it's really interesting here. If this was like a speedboat, that would be the engine. So it's almost like there's something that could have been emotionally impactful that is just like, it like sparked you. It sparked you to be resilient, to start planning for something new, to really, but you know, and it explains the Four of Cups here, right? Just the fact that, you know, there could have been like something that it just left you unsatisfied, or you were just not satisfied because the things that you want haven't happened yet. But it's more of the energy is like just something fueling you, and maybe never wanting to be in that place again. Yeah, like I literally just said fueling you, and you just got the Chariot. So there you go. Again, all about moving forward. All about moving forward. The Chariot here. What I love about the Chariot is that, you know, you see that he's not even holding on to reins, right? He's holding the Magician's baton from the first card, Magician, right? Now, you see the slivers of the moon on his shoulders, right? From the second card, High Priestess. You see like the lingam and the yoni from the Lover's card, card 6. So it's like throughout the hero's journey, the fool's journey, right? Your journey, it's like you're learning a lot. There's things that are fueling you to leave things behind. That's what he's doing. He's leaving obstacles, just like the Six of Swords here. And so it really is something that could have been really hard for you or emotional impactful for you. It's like fired you up. I actually love this. I love the way this is panning out. And, you know, like I said, he's not holding on to any rein. So how exactly is he controlling those sphinxes? And those sphinxes, which are very mysterious, and they're moving in opposite directions. Doesn't even matter which way they go. How is he controlling them? Up here. Willpower. All right. It really, I mean, like, think about like mind over matter. Like you put your mind to it. but also like you're putting everything into it. You're like so resilient this month, and it's everything is just about moving forward to reach this, and it's coming. It's in your future. I love this. You have the Seven of Cups, and so what's really interesting here is but the first thing that's coming up is that remember how I said Neptune is really at play here, and I'm going to talk about Neptune later. There are going to be some aspects where it's just like things are a little muddled, like clarity's a little muddled. You may not, you may be confused about certain things. That really is something that I want you to consider with the Seven of Cups coming up, because it's at this point where you don't want, it's almost like you may have had a lot of those moments, but now it's just like the last thing you want is to be confused about your future. Okay. The last thing you want is to be like, have this tug of war energy. It's like you really, 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 really know what you want, and you don't want to be distracted from it. Again, look at your spread here. All right. And it could be a lot of things that are under the surface too, that are really fueling you too. Um, because the Seven of Cups is a Scorpio card. It's actually Venus in Scorpio, if you want to get like really specific. That's what it's attributed to. And it really is all about desire, but it's also Scorpio is your 12th house of the subconscious, right? Of, hidden things and whatnot. So again, there is this element of like fantasy versus reality that like is going to be a little bit of a theme this month. All right. But it's clear as day here. It's all like, it's like no more BS. No more BS. Let's just get it. Let's just do the damn thing. Right. And let me just get what I want. And you will. You got the Queen of Swords in your final outcome. Like, you're going to be so headstrong. You're going to be so headstrong. It's not even funny. Okay. I mean, it can be funny if you're, you're Sagittarians. Y'all are fun and, you're funny, right? I've said that. Sagittarians make me laugh. Okay. But even still, the Queen of Swords is not funny. Like, she has, no emotions here. She's left all emotions at the door. She is very serious. Okay. And the reason for that is it's for a good reason, because she's the Queen of Swords. She is someone who is all about fairness, all about, I want the truth, nothing but the truth. She doesn't want her emotions to cloud her judgment. Okay. So really good that the Queen of Swords shows up in your spread. Really great. And a month for Neptune is very, you saw that how anyway, in a month where Neptune is very active, right? Being just very headstrong and coming after the Seven of Cups. Oh yeah. You're just over it's like not being delusional about anything this month. All right. So, you've had it and you're like, and now I need to see results from me being, headstrong and persevering and going through the ringer. And then you get the Three of Wands. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. So a lot of y'all are going to feel this in relationships. I hope you know that, right? Especially with that really big new moon solar eclipse that we had in Libra last month that, we will feel for a long time. Okay. The Queen of Swords is Libra. All right. And now, the other reason why you got the Three of Wands. So there is something new happening in your life. This card is all about change at the end of the day. I say it's the green light card because it's like, go, 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 explore, go see what's out there. As you can see, the sky is the limit. It's all sky here, right? So not only like discovering what's out there and starting this new thing in your life, but also a lot of self-discovery with all this newness, this charge that you have about you, all these new things that are coming in your life with the two aces in your future. This is hands down, like, I'm not going to lie, Sagittarius, one of your best readings, because it's like, it is kind of like a movie, right? It's like Rocky or Karate Kid or something, right? You've gone through it. You've learned your lessons. You're like, no more. You've trained. You've hung in there. Now you have your moment, and everything that you've fought for it, you're getting. Okay. And so I really love this for you. The other thing that makes your spread very absolutely unique. Well, first of all, like I said, the Queen of Swords is Libra, right? So Libra is a native ruler of partnerships and relationships. And remember what I said about the North Node moving into Aries in your fifth house of love and romance. So a lot of y'all could be thinking about this new partnership relationship that you're going into, especially with the Ace of Cups in your future, which it can indicate a lot of like, hey, new relationship. Yeah. But also like a lot of like self-love, like self-discovery, like really loving yourself for, when this thing comes through. The other thing that I was going to point out is that you did get the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Wands, all attributed to Aries. You're good. You're good. Remember, North Node, your destiny, moving into Aries, your destiny. I mean, you're good. You're good here. Sagittarius, you're really good. I have not seen, this is hands down like one of your, like, I almost cried. That's crazy. But I actually have in a previous reading. So I tried. I was like, after that one, I was like, I can't cry in front of. Anyway, let's go. Let's break it down. All right. Let's see what's going on for you, Sagittarius, for every week. Now, the first week of November, I like kicking it off with on the 2nd. November 2nd, Sun opposite Jupiter. It really is a really great, like, happy go lucky. It really is like about expansion. I really like this day. On the 4th, Saturn is going direct. Okay. And by the way, Jupiter is your ruling planet. You know that, right? So that is a big thing for y'all. Now, the other thing is Saturn going direct on the 4th. This is when responsibilities pick up, especially at home, because that is your 4th house. Okay. So home matters, domestic matters, relationship, family, children, like parents. All right. So you may start seeing a lot of that or having a lot of activity in that area this month. All right. As Saturn does go direct. It's been retrograde since June 17th. And the reason why I say that and remind you about that is because the full moon in Gemini that we have at the end of the month, remember, every full moon corresponds to the earlier new moon. That new moon in Gemini happened June 17th, 18th. Okay. So think about what happened around that time. What were you doing around that time? All right. So we'll get to that when we get to the last week. But Mercury will oppose Uranus on the 4th. So that is just something. Just remember, it is really good to communicate this month. You could be very compelling this day, but just be careful because it is, and is opposing Uranus. Uranus is a little bit, surprising, brings surprises. But anyway, did I mention that if you are new to my channel, I do leave all the key astrological dates in the description box, okay, if you do want to follow along, because I'm not going to talk about every aspect here. I'm just picking up the key aspects I think that you should know about. So with that said, let's see what's going on for you, Sagittarius, for the first week of November. I don't even know what to say. You're good. I mean, you just got the Two of Cups. Have you seen your past readings, by the way, Sagittarius? Anyway, the Two of Cups is wonderful. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm getting a lot of like work stuff here. There's some of y'all could meet the like get a new job, have like merge companies, or something with partnerships that's taken to a whole other level is a really big message coming in. Um, Actually, when you think about what's happening to you, so this card is actually ruled by Venus, right? It's attributed to Venus in Cancer, but it is a Venus card. And as we know, in the first week of November, Venus is still in Virgo, which is your 10th house of career. Okay. So that could be a big thing for a lot of y'all, but this is a card of like love transcending time and space itself. What is it? Two bodies and a single soul inhabiting two bodies, right? Thank you, Aristotle. But this is the twin flame card. It's the true love card. It's in layman's terms, right? So, hey, some of y'all could have met the one. Okay, again, not surprised with the Four of Wands. We're kicking it off with the Four of Wands here. Some of y'all could have entered relationships, partnerships, but also like even like new friendships or like even like rekindling friendships is coming up, but also a lot of self-love. All right, a lot of self-love, which I love for y'all. This self-love energy, especially with a month like this. Wow. So second week. Okay, so on the 6th, November 6th, Venus is trining Pluto. Here's the thing. If you are here, this is in general, this is just a really spicy aspect. It's really hot. It's a really like love, sex, desires. If you're single, you better go out there. But for you, Venus being in Virgo, Pluto being in Capricorn, this is actually hitting your 2nd and 10th house. So it really could be something in terms of career, a big money moment for you. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, on the 8th, Venus moves into Libra, which we love. Absolutely love that. Again, Venus will be here for a while. Venus does a lot better in Libra. Venus is at home in Libra. It's a ruling planet for Libra. So absolutely love this. We'll talk about it more in the weekly reading. Now, on the 9th, Mercury's moving into Sagittarius. Mercury is in its detriment in your sign, Sagittarius. So, it's not a bad thing. It's just kind of silly. It's like, that's the vibe of Mercury and Sagittarius. It's like goofy. Okay. Because think about Sagittarius, right? Y'all rule the 9th house. You're adventurous. You love your freedom. You can't have, you know what I mean? Like you love all that. But like Mercury is like logic and it's like communicate, right? Like it's so, it's not a bad thing. It's just, it's kind of like, it's like these really big, grandiose ideas and being restless with them, but like, where does it land, right? So it is kind of like, it's like a very optimistic placement, but it's not like super organized. It's like very enthusiastic, but at the same time, it's almost like, it's a little scattered. It's Mercury and Sagittarius. I'm not gonna lie, it's fun. Love it. It's fun. I like it. I personally love it. But it's in your sign. So remember, this is a great time for you to be, communicate and be aware of communicating and really just using logic over. You know what it is actually? It's have you ever been to an escape room? If you haven't, you know what they're like, right? So you've seen them on TV or whatever. It's an escape room. That's what it is. Okay. It's like you get there, you're giddy, you're like, oh man, this will be fun. And then an escape room forces your brain to think in ways it's never done before. So it is like scattered, right? But it's fun. And it's like explorative and it's everything that Sagittarius is. But at the same time, it's like, the logic is like what is going on, right? That's kind of like Mercury in your sign. But anyway, we'll talk about that more in the weekly reading. The one day that I do want to point out is on the 11th is one of those days where it's just like it may be a little hard. What makes it hard is that, well, on the 10th, Mercury's squaring Saturn, and then on the 11th, Mars is opposing Uranus. So these were 2 days where I would just be very careful, be very smart in making decisions, negotiating things, especially like contracts as well. But Mars opposing Uranus on the 11th, there is just something like Mars is like hangry, okay? And so it's he's he wants some food, and he's on it, and he's on a deserted island. Okay, so he's a little angry right now. So I've just, there could be some sort of like conflict that arises, but also out of nowhere, because Mars is opposing Uranus, the planet of surprises. So this is a day just to, be self-aware and be aware, and something could happen that may be a little like, challenging, but as long as you are guided by your intuition, you're going to be fine. Okay? You're going to be fine. So with that said, as you can see, the second week of November is extremely loaded. But you gotta love Venus moving into Libra, and you're gonna love Mercury moving into your sign. But with that said, let's see what's going on for you for the second week of November. You're good. I mean, come on. You're good. You just got the Wheel of Fortune. You're good. There's definitely something new coming into your life. I mean, you have the Ace of Pentacles in your future with the Ace of Cups, and now you got the Wheel of Fortune. Card 10, and the major arcana is 10, 1, 0 equals 1, new beginning. But this is a card of good fortune, of good luck, of prosperity. It's a game-changing card. This card is ruled by Jupiter. I said Jupiter is your ruling planet. This, you're good. Trust me, you're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely good. Very amazing. Very amazing. Your life is changing. You're going to be moving into some new partnership, it looks like. But there's also a sense of like self-love that's happening here. Especially with the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups. It's almost like when I say pat yourselves on the back, like really pat yourselves on the back, like look at it's just like that perseverance energy is like really strong. And you were definitely determined. Determined, and you definitely held in there. There's absolutely the newness. This is the card, by the way. It's like, when I say luck, it is like this faded. It's like the gods above looking down at you, Sagittarius, and saying, that Sagittarius really, really, endured all the curveballs we threw at them, all those challenges we threw at them. So now we're going to reward them. Now we're going to, bring them a lot of luck, bring them a lot of, joy, a lot of pleasure, a lot of, good fortune. But we're also going to boost them a little further on their path to enlightenment. We're going to make everything perfect for them. Like, you're absolutely good. You see what's happening here. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups in your future. New. You have the Three of Wands in your final outcome. New. 3 is all about creation, the birth of new things. Now you have the Wheel of Fortune. New. Like, wow. Let's see what's going on. I'm curious now. What's going on in the third week, 13th, November 13th, new moon in Scorpio. Okay. Now, I like this new moon. The problem is the sun is going to be opposite Uranus on this day. And so it could be a little tense. With Uranus bringing some surprises here. All right. So keep that in mind. Uranus is in your 6th house, so it could have to do with, work. It can have to do with work. It could be something surprising with like your health as well. That, maybe like hard to hear. Definitely get a checkup. Definitely, just be, we're moving into like colder weather, so Don't go out running in the street in, your underwear, right? Like just bundle up. You don't want to catch a cold. So the good news is on the 17th, Mars is trining Neptune, but the sun is trining Neptune too. So this is a day where your creativity is just gonna just be like explosive. Like this is such like wildly imaginative. I really love this. I really love this, especially if you're like an artist or a creative type. Like amazing, amazing day for you. Now, what makes this day so amazing, and what makes this day a day where I'm asking you right now to circle it in your calendar like 5 times, is because the sun is going to conjunct Mars. So we've had Mercury Kazimis the past few months. Now we have a Mars Kazimi. I don't know if you, I mean, come on. This is you being absolutely driven. This is a lot happening. This is you like facing any fears and conquering them at this point as well. So let's see what's going on for you. Again, another big week. Okay, so the third week of November. Let's see what's going on for you, Sagittarius. You got the Seven of Swords. So, yeah, this is a week where someone could be doing something a little weird. It's also, I'm not gonna lie. I want you, when I say communicate, please communicate. It is a time to communicate. I really want you to communicate around this time, all month. Don't hold back, but be diplomatic if you're gonna, not hold back. The Seven of Swords is, the biggest message coming up for me was that someone could be doing something that maybe a little like WTF are you doing, right? And it could be something like very like just like Machiavellian, something very like lying, cheating, stealing, all those things that are associated with the Seven of Swords. All right, so just be very on guard. Be very on guard. Especially remember, I said this new moon in Scorpio can be a little tense. All right, so the bigger message here, though, well, and especially when you look at your entire spread, really just be honest with yourself too. Be honest with yourself. About anything that happens around this time. Remember this. So, this entire week is pretty much ruled by Scorpio. We have that new moon in Scorpio. We have this Mars Kazimi in Scorpio. We do have all those Neptune things, but those are great aspects. But so there really could be something like deep down, like on a very subconscious level, where it's like, you've got to face this now. You've got to face this. No more running from it, okay? Because you have so many great things happening for you. And it could be that things are happening for you in such a new way that you're like, whoa, I did not expect all this newness to happen. Remember, it is a new moon, okay? And remember, I pointed out all this new stuff that's happening for you, but I'm actually going to clarify this one for you. Oh, fuck. Yuns. Okay. Sagittarius, you're good. You listen, whatever it is, if it's you not being honest with yourself, be honest with yourself. If it's someone doing something underhanded, it's going to be someone that you see. It's not going to be like, sure, it may be behind your back, but it's going to be something that you may already know about, or something that you actually like discover, like, oh, my, landlord has been, put a fee on my, lease that I didn't know about. They didn't tell me about, like catching them, right? Like, if he is stealing swords in broad daylight, he can be caught. But clarified, the magician. You've got so much power. Use it, okay? Use it. Again, I can't even begin to describe uh, all this new. And then the Magician, card 1. Remember what I said here. Kicking off the hero's, your journey, the fool's journey, right? The power to manifest whatever you want. Right there. You got all tools of tarot right here at your disposal. You got the cups, the wands, the swords. Did I miss something? Did I miss one, right? Yeah. The cups, the wands, the swords, and the pentacles. All right, there we go. But you're good. As long as you're honest with yourself. As long as you're honest with yourself, the bigger message that I'm coming through is you really have to go deep this week, especially during that new moon for this new beginning, okay? New moons, remember, new beginnings, new journeys, new opportunities, like new cycle. And you have the Magician here coming right off the Wheel of Fortune, which is all about newness as well. Something new, this new cycle in your life, new chapter in your life. It really is all about karma at this point too. The Wheel of Fortune has a really strong connotation to karma. All right, so yeah, you're absolutely good as long as you face that truth. And if someone is doing something like really like not cool behind your back, you have to make sure that you nip that in the bud. All right, that's gonna make all this. It's gonna make everything so much easier for you. All right. Now, last week of November, I love the 20th and the 21st. We have 2 sextiles with Pluto, the Sun and Mars. Absolutely love this. This is really great. I love this. It's all about empowerment, but again, Pluto in Capricorn is your second house of money and power, like money and finances and salary. And then we officially move into your birthday season on the 22nd. All right. So sun moves into your sign. Here's the thing. It's going to be a tricky like entrance. And the only reason I say that is because as the sun moves into your sign, the sun is actually going to square Saturn. So I want you to, be very aware of that, because the day after, on the 24th, Mars moves into your sign, but Mars is going to square Saturn too. And Saturn is in Pisces in your 4th house. So there could be something frustrating that comes up around this day that's really testing, that has to do with family or home. Okay. Family, home, maybe your children. There could be just an argument, not seeing eye to eye. Just be patient, stay determined. But it's a tricky entrance into Sagittarius season. But we go through tests all the time, right? We go through tests all the time, and there's a reason why they're hard. So you learn a lot about yourself, and as long as you come out, being a better version of yourself and really learning from that, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be absolutely fine. On the 27th is when we do have that full moon in Gemini. So this is, full moons illuminate, right? So a lot of things will be illuminated. However, Mercury will square Neptune. Again, Neptune at play here. So while things may be illuminated, they still may be a little foggy. So it is a day where I really want you to just know the facts. Do not be reactive. Be responsive. Really know what the truth behind what's going on with whatever's happening. And this full moon in Gemini is in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It can be career, it can be love, it can be romance, but just think about what happened back in June 17th. If you were launching something around that time, or manifesting something, or entered a relationship. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad full moon. I'm just saying that just maybe a little foggy, all right? Especially with Mercury in your sign as well. It just but at this point, we have Mercury, the sun, and Mars in your sign. So there's a lot of activity that you're let's just say you're going to feel a lot of energy, okay? A lot of energy. But let's go ahead and see what's going on for you, Sagittarius, for the last week of November. You're good. I can't even. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, you're good. You're getting everything you want. There's going to be some speed bumps, but you're going to get, just trust your intuition. Let your intuition guide you. Do not be reactive to certain situations that happen. You'll be fine. Okay. You just got the emperor, the ruler of his own destiny. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. Ruler of his kingdom. This is a lot of leadership energy. This is a lot of like, wisdom, right? Power. This is someone who's like ready to like protect every, like, speaking of family, right? The father of tarot here, right? So really protective energy. I really love this for you. Okay, I really love this for you. You did get the only two cards where they have the world in their hands. Like, you're literally have the world in your hands this month. Well, I wouldn't say well, you have the world in your hands this month. But remember, with you got so much Aries energy here. You have so much Aries energy. I love this. I absolutely love this. Remember, you have the 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, and now you have the Emperor, who is Aries. You also got one other thing I should point out is that the Magician is ruled by Mercury. And so remember, this came up the third week, right, for you. And, Mercury is moving into your sign. So really do have, communicate the things that you want. But this is like you have, well, I shouldn't say literally again, you having the power to manifest whatever you want. But you're moving into a lot of power is what's happening. You have the Chariot here too. Remember that. Don't forget that. Don't forget you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. In your future, you have the Wheel of Fortune here. I mean, when I say congratulations, like, you really earned it. You really earned everything that you're going to be receiving this month. You really are, to the point of tears, like some things that are going to come through. Like, you're good. You're absolutely good. Just be on guard with some of these aspects that I mentioned. Again, we'll talk more about them in detail during the weekly readings, but just know that you're good. You've got the world in your hands. That might be the title that I use for you, but this is very rare to have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups in your future and a Celtic cross spread. Come on. This is like, I don't think that's ever happened, actually. This is super rare. This is super rare, but it's you see that it's affirmed here with the Magician and the Emperor, like a lot and the 3 of Wands in your final outcome, the Wheel of Fortune here, all this new stuff, the Magician right here, like all these new things beginning to materialize for you. I'm very excited for you, Sagittarius. So, okay. With that said, Sagittarius, you are, so here, you deserve this. Okay. I know I've gone an hour for your reading, but you deserve it. Sagittarius, thanks so much for being here. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. I want to hear from you after this reading. Oh my goodness, I want to hear from you. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. I will see you next week. Happy birthday as we move. I'm excited for y'all. All right. Thanks so much. Bye bye.